Puitiweyu, Ustakasakabo, buenos dias and good day. My name is Elba, aka Phoenix Daino, and welcome to my Wakfu tutorial. Today I have my highest level Osamodas because I originally started playing on the historic Ogrest server with a Sadida, and then my second highest level character is this Osamodas. I figured since I already did a previous video showing some of the lower level monsters that you can capture for this character's summons, I would go ahead and hop over to the Historic Ogress server and show you guys some of the other monsters that you can capture at higher levels. So we left off with these guys, and these bottom one, two, three, four, five. The first is the Elite Chafer that you can catch in Brakmar. The next, the Rokoko, is a monster that you can catch in Sufokia. The Snailmet is a monster that you can catch on Mount Zinit. The Boowolfine is a monster that you can catch in the Sadida Kingdom. And the Crobak is a monster that you can catch at Kelba, on Kelba Island. So just as with the previous video, when you go to the Celestial Island of Re and go to click on Arena, instead of talking to her, you're going to want to fight a Mr. Punchy. And I personally go with the option to train with several Mr. Punchies and to train with 3 of them at 90% so that I can do basically as much running around and damage and everything as I feel like without this, battle being over before I get as much fight time as I feel like I need, right? So, first we are going to start the battle. That way we can summon our character. And to summon the specific one you want, you're going to click on it first. And it'll automatically show that, but you can always click on this too if it doesn't do what you need it to do. But yes, we're going to click, 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 boom. And now we have the Elite Chafer, which again, you can get at Brakmar. And he has fire and air abilities, and he does do a decent bit of damage. Similar to like the Peewee, the Tofu, the Arachne. He has some attacks that he can do multiple times on one target. Some attacks he can only do on one target, but can do it on excuse me, multiple targets. And then there are, attacks that are area of effect attacks, like this one that does damage on enemies. And then it says Chafer Rallying. I'm going to skip my turn real quick so I can open that spell sheet for you. And that just increases damage inflicted for everybody. Yay! Let me go ahead and skip so that I can call him back. Now the Rokoko that you get at Sufokia. This one is kind of a combination of defensive and offensive, right? Because defensively, he can teleport, he can do like the Arachne, like pull, attract, just like the Ancestral Quackler as well. But because he can teleport, he has more range of motion than the Rokoko. And like the Rokoko, he also has earth moves, or she, you know. Voiceover to clarify that I meant Ancestral Crackler, not Rokoko. So let's see, do I have one more movement point? I do, cool. So we can bring this over to the Rokoko. We want to move away from the Osamodas, then we make sure the Rokoko is away from the Osamodas. If we're trying to move an enemy closer to them, then we would want to be closer to them, and then we can pull them closer, right? Simple enough. Let's see here. What was going to be the next thing? Would be, yeah, to show the teleporting, right? So we're going to do this. We can pull him closer. Boom. We can hit the same target more than once, so that's always nice. And the teleporting ability also allows for us to, not be easy to lock in, and also do more damage by attacking from behind. So that's nice. I prefer the Rokoko over the Ancestral Crackler. So if it gets to where, like, when I finally get to above level 100 with this character and I'm able to catch some different monsters, I'd probably get rid of the Ancestral Crackler in favor of this one. But, everybody, you guys, do as you see fit based off of how you play. Let me call this back. Next is Snailmet, and Snailmet is on Mount Zinit. He's on the lower levels too, so you don't have to be super high level to find him and catch him. But yes, he has water and earth moves. The water is more of a distance attack. The earth is for melee. It's more melee. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, 2 uses per turn, 1 use per target for each. And then for the Snailmet barrier, that one basically on allies increases damage and, all that fun stuff. So more offensive than defensive, I feel like, but still defensive too. I haven't really used the Snailmet all that much, to be honest, because I'm very fond of my pochito chicken, and he usually lasts a pretty good bit. So anyway, I digress. Next would be, let me just get close enough to call Snailmet back. The Boowolfine. As soon as you can get this girl, I highly recommend getting her because she heals like the Gobet, but she also has attacks. So she is super beneficial to have, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. So the blue one, just like the water spell that the Gobet has, the water spell the Boowolfine has, heals, right? And it also looks like it increases elemental resistance. Cool. So I haven't had this one as long because I believe you have to be at level 80 to get to the Sadida Kingdom, and these guys are kind of tough. This spell is cool because if your character happens to be near an enemy, let me just, oops, hold on. Let me actually get near this enemy. So let's say I'm right here. I've been fighting him, and my Boowolfine can come with this one and hit both of us where it heals me and it damages the enemy. And you can see here, it didn't really give me any HP because I have full health. But had I, been down some health, I would have gotten some HP, and it did damage to Mr. Punchy. We also have this air spell. Hold on. I forget. She's a distance. Very much a distance fighter, so you do want to keep your Boowolfine away from a good, like, 2+ spells away from the target. See, like I mentioned, I haven't played with her as much, so all of her spells are pretty much distance spells. So she can keep healing and not die. Obviously, the longer she lives, the more healing she can do. So, next. Last but not least is our little Crobak. Is it a Crobak or a Crowbeak? Because there's different. Yeah, okay. So the Crobak has air spells as well. It's good to know what kind of spells each of your summons is capable of doing, because then, if you're in the Trichni dungeon, for example, and you know that they're all weak to fire, then you're going to want to use like the Chafer or the Red Peewee, versus if you were in like Morfor's dungeon, you would probably lean more towards like the Arachne and maybe Snailmet. Did Snailmet have water moves? I don't. It's hard to keep track because you can't, like, you can see their range and stuff, but you can't see their spells unless you're actually using them. I want to say Snailmet had water and earth, but you know what? We'll just have to check tape. Again, some of these higher level ones I haven't used as much. I just tend to stick to what I know, and, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And Pochito Chicken does real good, all by himself. So that's pretty much it as far as the summons that are higher level are concerned, at least until you get to about level 80. So do keep that in mind. You can go online, there's a fandom wiki, there's the actual like Ankama, Wakfu discussion boards and stuff like that. And you can always check out my Discord as well. Leave a comment if you have any questions. I hope this was helpful. As always, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.